Alright, we're back. We are on the bus heading to Chichén for day 4 in Progresso. And it's about another hour or so till we get there. We'll be seeing the Mayan ruins. We'll be going to Cenote, which is an underground river basically, and a Mayan buffet. So, welcome to Progresso.
That you like this place so much and that's why you're coming back. I promise you, you're gonna fall in love about this area and our culture, okay? So I would like to start this tour by asking you something that is very important. Safety first, right? So let's buckle those belts, please. Remember to introduce the most important person on board, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi,
you know what
doing?
I'm talking about?
The driver.
I'm talking about me.
Oh!
No, I'm kidding. Of course, I'm talking our bus driver. So let's give a big applause to Mr. Julio.
Hello!
Hey, Julio, stand up and say hi to the people, please. Why? Why? We're in Mexico. He can do everything. Like, he can drive. He can, say hi to everyone. We are in Mexico, right? Well, let me tell you that Mr. Julio is one of the best drivers we have in our company. He's very good at driving. He's actually gonna show us his skills today while he drives in the narrow streets of the Yucatan area. He's gonna prove that he's the best one in town, okay? Even he doesn't have a driver license yet, he is a very professional and excellent driver, okay? So Mr. Julio is gonna be with us all day long. He's gonna be taking us safe and sound back and forth to Chichén, okay? And the Cenote, of course. And well, he will be helping us a lot in this excursion, providing us some water, life jackets, and helping us in and out from the bus, okay? So whatever you need, Mr. Julio will really try his best to give you a really nice experience, okay?
Does he have the tequila too?
Yeah, of course. So, right now I would like to tell you that you guys are super, super lucky because today the company decided to settle the most knowledgeable, professional, the cutest tour guides in town. Unfortunately, they didn't show up, so they sent us instead, okay? And I would like to introduce a really nice friend, co-worker. He's a pro. Actually, he's very, very good at guiding in the archaeological site of Chichén. And I would like to call over here my friend Israel. So can we give it up for Israel, please? Israel is going to be in charge of taking us through the archaeological site of Chichén. He's going to be in charge of sharing all the important information about the Mayans and the culture. And he's also going to be with us all day long on the bus, helping us a lot in this excursion, okay? So whatever you need, please talk to him. He'll be more than happy to help you with anything, okay? And well, I would like to introduce myself. I think some of you already know my name, right? My name is Alejandra, okay? But I go by Ali or Ale, all right? That's how my friends call me. So I'll be your tour guide as well. I'll be your hostess. I'll be taking you around this area as well. And whatever you need, please let me know, all right? I'll be more than happy to help you with anything you need. At some point, guys, if you feel that something is not okay, something is not good, something could be better, the tour is not running smooth, let me know, please, okay? Let me know because we will try our best to fix it as soon as possible, okay? Don't let us know once we finish the tour because at that part of the tour, there's nothing we can do about it, all right? So let us know in advance and we will try to fix it as soon as possible. Very good, guys. Well, that's the team that is going to be with you all day long, all right? And well, let's start with this tour. Did you notice that we're still on the pier?
Yeah.
Yes? Because ladies and gentlemen, according to Guinness World Records, we are in the longest pier in the entire planet, okay? Right here in Progresso, Yucatan, Mexico, we have the longest pier in the world. It's 6 miles in total, right? And right now on your right hand side, you're gonna see the local pier. This is a fisherman's town, so very early in the morning, you can see all the people fishing from this little pier. And on your left hand side right now, you are going to see the touristy part of Progresso, okay? It's not as big as other places in Mexico, but it's very, very quiet and very nice. And I'm pretty sure you hadn't heard anything about Progresso before, am I right?
Correct.
Yes. Thank you for being honest. But what about Cancun? What about Playa del Carmen? What about Cozumel? All these famous and touristy places in Mexico? Well, they are 100% touristy places. Progresso is not. But as I said before, it's a really nice experience to see how the typical Mexican people live. You know, you guys are going to see the authentic, the traditional Mexican life. This is very small fisherman's town. Population is 54,000 people, and 50% of these people is fishermen. Okay, that's the main activity here in Progresso. So we're going to drive through the little streets of Progresso, and then we will take the road that will take us to this beautiful area in the Mayan jungle, the Cenote, and the archaeological site of Chichén Itzá. Okay? Chichén Itzá, guys. Not chicken pizza, please. Alright? Chichén Itzá. One of the new 7 wonders of the world, ladies and gentlemen. Are you excited about that?
Yes.
It's fabulous. It's really, really nice, very interesting, very impressive, okay? So, I would like to ask you, how many of you, and be honest, please, okay? I want you to be honest with me. How many of you actually took the time to read the description of the tour? Can you raise your hand, please? Oh, Lord. All right. Yeah. So I'm kind of afraid of asking this, but the ones that didn't read the description of the tour, are you guys here against your will? Just kidding. All right, well, this is actually the longest tour Carnival cruise ships offers, okay? It's 7 hours tour. And if you read the description of the tour, probably you already know that it's 2 hours ride to get to these beautiful areas, right? 2 hours, 15 minutes, depending on traffic and weather conditions. It's gonna be taking us that time, right? And we're gonna start our day today swimming in a beautiful area, in a beautiful cenote. All right, we're heading to a park that is called Ikkil. And right in that place, we will find the cenote and also the restaurant, okay? So actually, I think we're gonna start our day by having a quick lunch to have energy, all right? To do all the activities. Did you have breakfast this morning?
A little bit.
Okay, well, so a little bit, all right. Well, we will have the chance to try this delicious Mayan buffet, all right? Do you like Mexican food?
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna love Mayan food then, okay? And we're gonna have a really nice buffet over there. Different options for every single one of you. There will be chicken, pork, beef, fish, pasta, salads, you know, fruits, desserts for every single one of you. All that is included, all right? But if you are visiting the Yucatan, you must try the traditional meal called cochinita pibil. Okay? Cochinita pibil. And what's cochinita pibil, Ali? Cochinita pibil is pork that was previously marinated with local ingredients, but we wrap the meat in banana leaves and then we cook it in ancient style. We make a hole in the ground just like the Mayas did, and then we put the meat under there. We let it cook for about 5-6 hours, and then we know the cochinita is ready when it looks like shredded meat with a reddish sauce. Okay, so that is cochinita pibil. Maybe it's a little bit early to talk about food, but I'm just trying to tell you that that's something you must try while you are here in Mexico, okay, in this area, in the Yucatan. And then if you like spicy, do you like spicy? Okay, well, it's your lucky day then if you do, because we eat the hottest chili pepper of all Mexico, ladies and gentlemen. We eat the habanero pepper over here.
Spicy.
Oh yeah? Okay, well, there you go. You'll try the habanero pepper then over here in Yucatan, right? And then, when we finish our lunch, we will head right next to the restaurant. We will be in the cenote. Okay? Have you ever seen a cenote
On
Do
you-
you know what a cenote is? That's
Only
a good
on
question.
YouTube.
Huh?
Only on YouTube.
Only on YouTube. Okay, that's a good thing. Anybody else?
Like the water, like fountain of youth type, right?
Yeah,
that's what I
actually,
kinda read.
that's what they say. If you
Yeah.
swim in cenotes, you will look 5 years
That's why
younger.
we're here.
Exactly. You won't believe me, but I'm 55 and I look like 30, right? It's because I swim in cenotes all the time, right? But yes, that's what they say. It's fresh water. It's a cave filled with water, okay? So when I say it's a cave, that means that we have to go underground, all right? We have to take 91 steps underground to get to the water. And if you haven't seen a cenote before, don't worry about it because I brought a picture so you can have a better idea on these cenotes. And my question is, are you swimming in this cenote? Is everybody swimming in this cenote?
Yes.
Most of you this time. I like that. All right. Well, do not miss the opportunity to swim in this cenote, please, because this is actually the most impressive one in the area. It's a really nice experience. The people believe that these are gates to the Maya underworld. So these are sacred places, all right? And as I said before, it's fresh water. And this one, the one we're swimming today, is the deepest one in the area, right? So for that reason, it's mandatory to wear a life jacket while we swim in the cenote. I'm gonna pass it around so you can take a closer look to it. If you wanna take a picture or just take a look of it, you can do it. But yeah, that is Cenote Ikkil, 150 feet deep down. It's really, really nice to swim in this place. And in the water, guys, you're gonna find little fish like catfish and guppy fish. But in the surroundings, you might see some iguanas and birds. Okay, it's a really nice place. Very, very excited about that, right? So, I would recommend you that if you are wearing any kind of valuables such as rings or bracelets or necklaces or earrings or something that is very expensive and very valuable for you, please put all those items into your backpacks, all right? Because as I said before, if by accident one of these things drop in the water, I'm afraid you will have to take that as a Mayan offering. Okay? It's not coming back. Alright? It's not. Yes, sweetie.
My mom lost his earrings in her.
Well, we should keep them in the backpack, okay? I'm just trying to tell you that, yeah, it's not coming back, guys. Something that happens a lot is that people get in the water with their watches, right? Smart watches. They say, it's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. This will stick. They won't. I promise you. There's like 100 iWatches in the water, okay? So be careful, please, all right? Actually, guys, the bus will be our main locker, okay? That means that our big stuff, backpacks, bags, or things that you brought for this excursion, I would recommend you to leave them here on the bus, okay? Everything will be safe because Julio is locking the bus every time we get off the bus, right? The only favor I'm going to ask you about leaving our personal belongings on your seats is that once we load back the bus, let's try to keep the same seats you are taking right now because everybody will leave their personal belongings in them, right? We don't want any revolution on this bus, please. So let's try to keep the same seats you are taking right now, okay? Once we get there to that location, they will share with us 4 small lockers, okay? But those small lockers will be used for our essentials. For example, you're bringing your phone with you to take pictures, but you don't want to get your phone into the water. Well, we use that locker for putting our phones or wallets, right? Because, thank you, even lunch is included in this tour. Drinks are not included, right? We will have to pay for them. And people is bringing money with them once we get to that location. So wallets or money will be placed in those lockers, okay? Small items, sunglasses, a hat or cap will be placed in that locker before you get in the water, okay? About towels. It sounds weird, I know that, but we don't recommend you to bring towels with you. Why? Because as I said before, the lockers are very small. They don't let you bring any towel in the water, right? In the cave. So it's necessary to leave our towels over here, and you think, how am I supposed to, dry myself? The heat will do it for you. The sun will do it for you, right? I promise you that at the end of the day, when you finish swimming and you're walking back to the bus, you will be completely dry, okay? Right now it's okay. Later you will find out that you can take a heat, all right? So it's not necessary to bring your towels with you. I want to know how many of you is wearing your bathing suits right now. I mean, you are ready to get in the water, right? Okay, I'm asking you this because after doing this tour for many years, we found out that people was spending more time making a line for the changing rooms than swimming in the cenote, right? And you already know that it's 2 hours bus ride. So we thought about why if we change our bathing suits here on the bus, we have the bathroom available, let's get ready, wear a cover up, so once we get over there, you guys will be ready to get in the water, right? We're having lunch first, as I said, but then you'll be ready to jump in the water, right? So you don't have to do it now. You can do it maybe, 1 hour, 1 hour and 30 minutes. Once we're getting closer to this location, you can go to the bathroom, put your bathing suits, and then put a cover up, and you'll be ready for the adventure, right? If that's possible for you, that's my advice. But if you think, no, Ali, you know what, the bus is in motion, I'm not okay, well, it's okay. You can use the changing rooms over there. Just keep in mind that there might be a little bit of line to do all this changing, right? But that's okay. We're gonna spend 1 hour in this first location. So we're having like 30 minutes for lunch and then 30 minutes for swimming. Or some people said, no, you know what? I had a really big breakfast this morning. I'm not having lunch. I'm spending the whole hour in the water. Is that right? Yes, you can do it. It's going to be your free time. If you decide that you want to spend all the time in the water, go ahead. It's your free time. If you decide, you know what, Ali, I'm not swimming. Can I spend all my hour in the restaurant? Yes, you can. Okay? Once we get there, I'll tell you meeting point, meeting time, and you guys decide what you want to do or how many minutes you want to spend in each activity. Yes?
Is that our only food stop?
Yes, that will be our only food stop. That's right. Right? After we do all those activities, we're coming back to the bus. And then Julio is driving us 10 minutes to the second location that is going to be? That's right, Chichén Itzá, okay? We're going to have 1 hour walking tour in Chichén Itzá, guys. I'm very excited about it. It's fabulous. Once we get there, Chichén Itzá is a huge place. To be honest, you will need at least 3 days to visit the entire city, right? Today we only have 1 hour to visit the main plaza of Chichén Itzá. So Israel is going to be focusing in the most important temples outside, right? He's going to be explaining and telling you all the story about this place, but focusing in the most important pyramids. And after that, we know that you want to do some shopping, okay? Unfortunately, we have short time in this tour, but we found out a way to have at least 10-15 minutes to do some shopping, to get a magnet, to get a mask, to get a bracelet or something, a really nice souvenir from this place before we come back to the bus, okay? That will be your only shopping chance, guys, okay? At Chichén Itzá, right at that place. And after that, we're all coming back to the bus, and then Julio is taking us back to Progresso. That's actually, or pretty much, our itinerary for today. Those are the activities involved today in this excursion. I don't know if you have any questions so far about timing or about activities or anything that I might be right. Chi means mouth. Chen means water well. Okay. It means wizards. And Za or Ha means water. So translation of Chichén Itzá would be at the mouth of the well of the wizards of the water. What a name to call a place like this, right? It's very impressive. At the mouth of the well of the wizards of the water. When we talk about well, we talk about cenotes, okay? Because I was about to tell you that during these 2 hours ride, guys, you won't see any fresh water in surface. Okay, let's take advantage of this outpass. Take a look around, please. You won't see any mountain, any hills, no volcanoes here. For the same reason, no waterfalls, no lakes, no lagoons, and no rivers here in the Yucatan. Okay? All the water is underground. Like if you use a satellite, like a scanner, you will see a huge network of tunnels connected to each other underground. And we call them locally cenotes or underground rivers. Okay? So there are thousands of them spread all over the Yucatan. Over 5,000 cenotes spread all over the Yucatan. They are everywhere. You can buy a land. You can start constructing, building your home, and suddenly you can find a cenote right at your property. Okay? They are everywhere. So, when the Mayans found a cenote, that was like the main reason they decided to settle in that specific spot, because cenotes are the main source of fresh water. Okay? And it's all rain water, right? Because everything that you see around is limestone. You know what limestone is? Very porous stone. So as soon as it rains here in the Yucatan, all the water filters through the stone and ends up in cenotes. Okay, over 5,000 of them. So today we're gonna see and swim in one of these cenotes. But in the city of Chichén Itzá, there are 5 cenotes. Okay, so they're everywhere in the area. And actually the last one, the 5th one, was recently discovered, probably for 10 years ago, right? So it's really, really nice to see that they decided to settle in that specific place. And I'm not going to spoil the surprise because Israel is going to be in charge of sharing that information with you. But yeah, you should know that there are many, many cenotes in the surroundings, okay? So, if you don't have any question related to the activities or not, have you ever seen this before? You have. Can I ask you where? Oh, there you go. Yeah. If you work in a hospital or if you work in a kindergarten, if you work with little kids, probably you've seen this. It's called the Mongolian blue spot. It's a birthmark. It's flat, blue-gray. It's very similar to a bruise, and it's usually located down here in the low back. Okay? So the genetic is so strong that even after all these years, the people will still have the mark, the Mongolian blue spot. Would you like to see the mark? I mean, I can ask Julio to show you his. Just kidding. Listen, that mark is almost in every baby over here. My baby has it, for example. But you know what happens with the mark? It fades. It fades away. It goes away. When we are around, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years old, the mark disappears, right? We don't know why. We don't know what happens. It just disappears, right? But we know that the mark is there, right? The Mongolian blue spot. That will be the first physical feature you will find in the descendant. The second one, eyes. The Mayan people have this slated eyes, okay? There's people that actually have like an extra fold in their eyelids, and this extra fold they have make them look like Asian people, right? Like Mongolian people, right? Very dark eyes. We have melanin in the back of our retina. You guys have green eyes, blue eyes, hazel eyes, or just lighter eyes than mine. But we have very dark eyes, right? What else? Short people. Everybody's very short around here. I'm actually very tall. I'm the tallest one in my family. I don't know what happened over there, but I'm the tallest one. It was really, really hard to find a man that was taller than me. Okay? I finally did. But everybody is so short, and according to scientists, the Mayans were 4 or 5 foot maximum. Like very short people, right? What else? Another physical feature without stereotyping, right? But dark or brown skin, okay? Round cheekbones, flat nose, right? Dark hair, right? Those would be like the main physical features you can see in a Mayan. And this sounds weird and funny, but they had no neck. No neck, alright? You can still see some people like that, right? Those are some of the physical features, so you can easily identify the Mayan descendant, especially in small towns. In the city, we're all mestizos, we're all mixed. But when we go to small towns, small villages, you can see the Mayan descendants just like I just described, right? And another way to identify that they are Mayan is because the way they talk. They still speaking the Mayan language, okay? Have you ever heard the Mayan language before? Never? Okay, if I would like to introduce myself in Mayan, I would say Malokin. Malokin. That means good morning. I would ask you, Bishabel. That means how are you? And I would say, Incaba, Alejandra. My name is Alejandra. Once again, Malokin, Bishabel, Incaba, Alejandra. Okay. In Spanish, it would sounds totally different. Buenos días, ¿cómo están? Mi nombre es Alejandra. It sounds completely different because it's a completely different language. No, unfortunately, I'm not fluent. I can understand a little bit, but I'm not fluent. No. No, not really, no. Sorry, I failed as a Mayan. Yes, but to be honest, growing up in the city, it's like everybody speaks Spanish. In the small towns, it's easier because it happens something very similar to what happens in the States when you have a Mexican family. They speak in Spanish at home, but then when they go to school or the supermarket or whatever, they speak in English. That's actually what happens in small towns. But here in the city, everything is in Spanish, right? So it's really complicated to learn Maya if you live in the city, right? It's a shame, I know. I should. I promise you next time you come visit, I will be fluent in Maya, right? Very good. But I know some words that are actually very interesting. And actually, guys, you use these words, but you just don't know that they are Mayan or they have a Mayan origin. One of the most impressive examples is the word chocolate. Yes, chocolate, chocolate is Mayan, part Mayan. What happens over here? Did you know that the Mayas were the first ones ever consuming chocolate? They were the first ones. There are cacao trees all over this area, right? What happened over here? This is a funny story. You know that the cacao trees has some fruits. Inside those fruits, there are seeds, right? And those seeds are the ones that we use to make the paste, chocolate, okay? And then we add some sugar and do all the stuff, right? The Mayans saw something. You know that there are monkeys here in the jungle? There are monkeys, right? So these monkeys were in the jungle, and the Mayans saw these monkeys and saw that they were taking these seeds out of those fruits and they were eating those seeds. Couple of minutes later, the monkeys were happier, jumping all over the area, because they give us a lot of energy. And they said, there's something in those seeds that should be, let's try it. So they took the seeds off the tree, they grind them, and because cacao seeds have a lot of fat, right? They made a paste out of it. They took that paste and they boiled some water and then they mixed it. They created the drink like hot chocolate. One way to make it sweet was adding honey to the mix. But they didn't a little bit different then. They liked spicy, so they added peppers instead. There were two ways to drinking this drink, sweet one or spicy one, right? They decided to call that drink chocoha, because choco in Mayans means hot and ha means water. So it was hot water, right? And it was delicious. And actually, it became so sacred that only the high-class people were the ones drinking that chocoha, okay? In the 1500s, when the Spaniards came here to conquer us, they saw that certain people, some people, were drinking this drink. And they asked them, what are you drinking? And they said, this is chocoha. Do you want to try it? Sure. They tried it and they loved it. So they decided to take it to Spain, to show it to the Spanish crown. You okay, sir? So they decided to take it to Spain. The Spanish people loved it, but there was one problem. They didn't have honey. They started adding sugar, the sugar cane, and instead of boiling water, they started boiling what?
Milk.
Milk, because they had cows. We didn't have cows. What is the name of milk? Not in Spanish, but in Latin. Because Latin, latte. So they kept choco, hot, and then they added latte. Chocolate. A new word was created, and it meant hot milk, chocolate. And then chocolate is so tasty that it became very popular. Immediately, all over the world was wanting chocolate, and then they kept the name. And now, you guys know that this has a Mayan origin, right? Chocolate. Did you know that?
I did not.
No? There's another word that we use, and you use sometimes, to call gum. How do you call gum?
Chicle.
Sí, chicle. Chicle. The Mayans were the first ones using chicle, gum, to keep their teeth clean. Okay? There are chicle trees in the surrounding. So you cut the bark of the tree, then the sap comes out of that tree, and the sap is the one they use to make gum. Natural gum, no flavor, okay? No sugar, just to keep the teeth clean. In the 1900s, guys, an American guy known as Mr. Adams came to the Maya land, and he saw that the people was chewing something. So he asked them, what are you chewing? And they said, this is chicle, this is gum. Mr. Adams saw potential on that gum. So he added sugar and flavors. And he created his own company known as Chiclets. Do you guys remember Chiclets, this brand? Okay, there you go. So Mr. Adams got inspired by the Mayans chewing this. If you say chicle, you are literally saying, do you guys remember what chi means?
Mouth.
Chichén Itzá?
Mouth.
Yes. Chi means mouth, and cle means chewing with our mouth. So we're literally saying chewing with our mouth. Chicle. Okay? Also, rubber, or the wheels, were invented by the Mayans. The rubber. Not as the wheels, but the rubber. And they started creating rubber balls to play the ritual game known as the ball game. Have you ever heard about the ball game? Yes, the sacred game they used to play, and then at the end of the game somebody was decapitated? Yeah. So, rubber comes from a tree, guys, and there's this rubber tree in the Maya. On hammocks. Okay, have you ever slept on a hammock? Well, they sleep on hammocks every night, so they can easily hang 5 hammocks in their house. That makes 10 people inside because siblings usually share a hammock. Okay, parents do as well. And during the day, we hang the hammocks in only one side of the house, and that's how we have our living room, right? Now you may be wondering, where's the kitchen and where's the bathroom? Well, both of them are located behind the house in a separate building, right? The kitchen needs to be an open kitchen because the way we cook here. Remember, we make a hole and there's a lot of smoke and all that, so it needs to be an open kitchen. And then the bathroom, as you can imagine, is a very small cubicle. It's a very small room for a toilet and all that, right? So right now, Julio is going to show us his skills while we drive in these narrow streets of Viste town. And it's going to take us about 10 more minutes to get to Cenote, Ikkil. Guys, you will see people walking down the streets like that lady, for example, wearing the traditional Maya dress. It's a white dress with a rectangular neckline, and there's embroidery on top, embroidery on the bottom, and that it's called Ikkil. Okay, Ikkil or Wipil, both. And then the man will be wearing a white shirt that is called guayabera. Okay, that's the typical Maya clothing in the region, right? I saw that some of you were seeing these walls with these glasses on top. That's how we protect our properties, especially here in these little towns. That's how we do it. And there's also these type of vehicles all over the town that we call moto taxis. In other countries, they call it tuk-tuks. Okay, so they're taxis. You pay 10 pesos or 15 pesos, and they take you from one point to another in the little town. So that's how we live here in these little towns of the Yucatan, right? So, guys, let's start getting ready, please. I would like to give you the last recommendations before we get to this Cenote Ikkil. And as I mentioned before, this time it's very important that we bring only the essentials with us, okay? For example, if you brought water shoes for the swimming activity, I would recommend you to wear them, okay? You can wear them now, put it now, so that way you will be ready. And I guess that all of you have your bathing suits on already, right? Very good. Cover-ups, that's it. And I see that some of you are wearing your ship cards. You don't need them anymore. You can put them in your backpacks. Please leave them here. We don't want to take the risk to use them in this place, so you can leave them here. What to bring right now? Bring your phones for taking pictures of the cenote. If you have a waterproof case, that's fantastic, guys. If you don't worry. You still bring your phone with you. Let's make a break. Right here on the left-hand side, we have the main park and the main plaza of Viste. It's called Viste de Chichén Itzá. And that building we have over there is a church. It's a chapel, right? Catholic chapel. 80% of the population in Mexico is a Catholic person. Remember, this religion was brought by the Europeans, by the Spaniards. But, well, that chapel was built thanks to the stones that were taken from other pyramids or temples, right? That's something that happened not only in Mérida, but also here in these small towns. The Spaniards took part of some temples and they built the chapels and churches or cathedrals with the same stone that used to belong to ancient pyramids, right? And this is part of the local market. You guys will see people selling all kind of things on the streets, vegetables, fruits, or even meat on the streets. You can see the local butcher sometimes. This is actually how we do it here in this part of Mexico, right? So yeah, I was telling you, bring your phones with you for taking pictures of the cenote, okay? Bring your wallets with you because we're paying our drinks at the restaurant. And if you want to bring your sunglasses, hats, or caps, that's okay, right? You can bring it with you. We can always leave all these small items in the lockers, okay? Put the camera with you, it's okay. So if you're swimming, it's mandatory to take a life jacket. Julio will handle you life jackets as soon as we get to this place. Please grab one from him, and we will keep that life jacket until the end of these activities. So at the end of these activities, bring them back to the bus, okay? Give it back to Julio. We will also give you a wristband, okay? A bracelet. That wristband will be used for the restaurant, okay? So on that wristband, you guys will see that there's like an extra ticket or like an extra paper on it. It's very important we keep it on the bracelet because that's the ticket the hostess at the restaurant will take off so you can go inside the restaurant, okay? And well, we're gonna take you directly to this restaurant. We're gonna have lunch over there, and as soon as you finish, you can continue with the second activity that will be swimming in the cenote. Okay, you don't have to wait for anybody else on the group to go swim in the cenote. Okay, once we put our personal belongings in the lockers, it's mandatory to take a shower, a quick rinse, because we're trying to keep these waters as natural as possible, right? And we will take to have a quick rinse over there, and then we will walk down to the cenote. What is it? Oh, yeah. This is preparatoria. This is a high school right here. Yeah, high school. Oh yeah, 91 steps down. Okay, going down is very simple. Coming back up is a different story. Okay, keep that in mind, please. So take your time, because the steps are wet because they don't let us bring any towel with us. They will be wet. There will be a chain that you can grab on, like a handrail, where you can grab on, and then going down if you want. And then once we are down in the cave, there will be a huge platform. That means that you don't have to jump immediately to the water. Okay, you can stand up in that platform, take pictures, right? And if you decide to take your shoes with you and you are not gonna get in the water with your shoes, you can leave them aside, right? And well, there are two ways to get in the water. One of them is stepping in the water, like there's a stairway that you can take, or the second one is jumping from two platforms. Okay, the highest one is 12 feet high. So for the most adventurous one, you can jump from those platforms. Okay? Yes, buddy.
Got it.
He has a question?
That's what he's doing. He's jumping.
Oh, he's jumping. Oh, okay. Very good, very good. Guys, this place is amazing. I don't know if you have heard about this world competition with professional divers, the Red Bull competitions. Well, they've been here thrice. So it's really, really nice cenote. You're gonna have fun. And if you want to take pictures but you don't want to get in the water, you can still go down, okay? It's okay, you can go down. Just keep in mind that you have to leave all the things that you are carrying with you in the locker, right? And as soon as we get to this area, we're gonna give you the meeting point and the meeting time so everybody can enjoy, right? So far so good. Do you guys have any questions? No questions at all? All right, just a couple of more minutes to